Yay. That's a great way to start. Hey guys, it's Jacob and Victoria here for another afternoon dojo where we like to kind of go into some more like motivational stuff for Fridays. So we're not going to talk about plans. We're not going to talk about anything like that. But Buckley actually brought up to us here and he goes, why don't you guys, yesterday, I know you weren't in here for it, but me and Fred were talking about kind of newer agents and things like that, like taking the jump, motivation, and everything like that. What drives you? What makes you want to do this job? That's how I want to start that.
Yeah. What makes me want to do it? Actually, the more I've gotten to this business, what's kind of motivating me is the lack of good information out there for these people, good guidance, clarity on all this stuff, education. Because when I get off a phone call, often people are thanking me for just giving them the facts and making it, explaining it in a way that was very clear to them and on their level. Because even that is so hard to find. And that's the feedback from these people. That's all they're asking for. There's nobody out there to give it to them.
Mm-hmm. I think mine's a little more, probably I'd say conceited, but it's different. No, it's one, it's like, why do you do it? What motivates you, like deep down, What is it? And I'm like, man, I just want these old people to like me. That's really it. Yeah. That's how I view it. I'm like, when they pick up the phone, I'm like, well, hope you like me. I tell people too when I work with them, I go, hope you like me because you're stuck with me. Mm-hmm. You're not talking to anybody else. I'm not letting you talk to anybody else. It's just me. Hi, how are you? But that for me is, starting off, coming in every day. It's almost like, we talk about dating a lot too, but it's almost like when you come up and it's like, do you think they like me? Right. It's like we're in. It's like that's what's going on in my head. Like in middle school, it's like you pass a note and it's like, do you like me? Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
Right.
And just waiting for them to pass a note back. Like I have that with. It's so funny because it's like a pre-Thanksgiving ritual I've had for the past 3 years. It's a call I had this morning, and is with this lady she's now 70, and her daughter who's 40. Mm. But she calls every year to check on her, just check on everything, make sure it's okay. So I got her an Aetna sup back in the day, an Aetna dental plan, and then I help her with a drug plan every year too. So I had it specifically set for 10 o'clock their time, 9 o'clock our time to call them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, again, I want to be Mr. That's what's going in my head. It's like, oh, I hope they really like me. I called them at 9 o'clock, and they're like, hey, Jacob. And of course, me being me, I was like, all right, let's be a little cocky here. And I go, hey, ladies.
Did she try to set you up with her daughter?
No, it's even worse here. This is where the story takes a turn.
What? Her son?
So it was her cat.
Oh!
I put her cat in heat with my voice.
Shut up.
I'm not lying to you. That is not, this is on a recorded call. I have the evidence. But apparently, because I was on speakerphone.
Oh, God.
And because I was like, hey, it's just us three. Mm-hmm. And then... she was talking to me, and I talked for maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs worth of words in a row, right? And she said the cat woke up, jumped up on the table next to the phone, started purring at the phone, and she goes, "Yeah, my cat doesn't really interact with a lot of men. Mm-hmm. I don't have men that come over here, and if I do, it's like my son-in-law, but he only comes over maybe once a year, so the cat never really hears or sees a man." Mm-hmm. And she was like, wow. I think the cat likes you.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, I had no idea. I had no idea. I was like, I'm getting the cats to like me too. But I made it a fun thing. And I was like, all right, now there's 4 of us here.
Yeah.
Okay. But
that's hilarious.
Like these people, I call them every year, and it's always us 3, and it's always like a 45-hour conversation. And we talk about medical stuff, but we talk about our relationships, talk about what's going on in our life, really getting people to, in my head, how it works. I'm like, I can tell, okay, these people like me. Mm-hmm. Okay. We go over her Aetna plan. She has to use a nebulizer. So can't do anything there. We go over her dental plan. She's like right in the middle between I need just preventative, but I also want something to cover. That's why I got her like a $1,500 plan with Aetna. And
Yeah.
they're like $5,000 is too much.
Right.
Preventative is just not that. And she actually uses vision and hearing. And I was like, you are the first person I've ever heard say that. And they're like, yeah, I love it. I'm like, kudos to you. Okay. And then a drug plan. I set up for a drug plan last year, and it's still the best thing out there. So with them, it's not I'm not bummed when that ends. When we get to that conversation, I'm not upset because I didn't sell them anything this time. Those people aren't going anywhere.
It's not goodbye. It's so long for now.
It's a so long for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe send me pictures of your cat, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
You need to send a picture of them, so when you're on the phone, they have the picture in a frame propped up, so the cat knows who in the heck that even is.
It's like a memorial.
Yes, like a little worship altar type thing. Can I tell you though, my philosophy on dating, and it's changed.
Okay, go ahead.
And just like my philosophy with this has changed. So when I was younger and I would go on dates, I would also be like, oh, I hope they like me. I hope they like me. I hope, that they think I'm the right fit for them. But now I've changed it to like, am I gonna like them? Do I even like them? But also, you know what, if they don't like me, then forget you, because there's a lot to like here, honey. Okay. I bring a lot to the picture here. And I think I make that pretty clear. And so I feel like it's that way on the phone, where when I first started, I'm like, I hope they like me. I hope they'll let me talk. I hope they'll trust me. I hope let's hear me out and let me help them be their agent. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm so glad you came to me. And by the time, I don't have to say anything. And by the time they're done, they're like, I am so glad I found you. How do I get back to you? How can I refer people out to you? And I'm just like, yeah. Of course you do. Of course you love me. Make you fall in love with me, right? To know me is to love me as far as an agent is concerned, right? So, and if they don't like me, well then something wrong with you. That's not me, it's you. So, because I'm doing the best job for you I possibly can. Right. I bring a lot to the table, a lot of knowledge, a lot of good intentions. And if you can't see that, or you won't even hear me out, then that's on you. You're a loss, honey. That's how I put it.
Yeah, but it's so funny, like when we talk about motivation and everything like that, because the same ones are there. What are you motivated for? Money. Money doesn't. There's deeper roots to everything. Like Frank talks about fear. Fear of not being able to provide for others. Fear of not doing is a big motivator too. I think as I approach your age.
Oh, you went there, didn't you? It'll be very
as
long. As you approach my age,
I turn 30 next month here. It's a big milestone. No dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
No dirty 30. My back's already sore.
There you go.
My
back's not sore.
But what what's kind of hit for me, kind of motivated for me, is it's not, the money motivation, the fear motivation, people liking me, sure, that's one thing, but really, what type of legacy do I have? What am I known for? We talked about it in yesterday's dojo, and I had a story about working at the hockey team here. My goal for when I was doing that, I wanted to be what you thought of before you think hockey. So when you say, hey, I want to go to a hockey game, when you say hockey, you see me. You don't think of a player. You don't think of the team. You don't think of the jersey colors, nothing. When you hear the word hockey, you go, oh, Jacob. That's how I want it to be with Medicare. And that's how it is with a lot of the people I work in. And as I've matured through the whole process here, yeah, there are some days where you got to rip through some applications because you got 5 or 6 waiting. And it might be hey, how are you? How you doing? Hey, I'm a little swamped, so we're going to get through this here, but I'll call you on your birthday. We can chat all you want. And actually being honest with people, but taking my time with it.
Absolutely. And on that note, somebody is actually asking for me by name, so
that's fine.
I'll leave you to it.
That is okay. So we'll go into dark mode here. just Jacob's thoughts. Great. But back to it, really when we talk about motivation, why you want to do something, why do you have to do something? You can get deep into it as far as you want to look. If you have that self-recognition, I am not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I get policies declined. I make mistakes at work. I make mistakes in my personal life. I know that. But I know inside me there is also a better side, one that wants to succeed, one that wants to have a legacy, person that wants to be at the top of a board, who is competitive, who wants to win. That is me. But really the driving factor behind it, I have to push myself to do it. Because if I don't push myself, then I'm not going to do anything. And I'll tell you what, one of the most motivating factors for me here, and this is why office setting is so crucial to certain individuals. Now, it's not for everybody. If you're a remote agent, we love our remote agents. They're some of the best in the country. Me, myself, there's a reason I'm here. I got to be an office guy. Okay. If I just sit in a room with a telephone, I can make calls, but I'm going to go insane. I really am. It's my padded room with my little jacket is what it is. So when we talk about the office setting here, I love it because there's a board right outside. And what is my goal every month is to be agent of the month. Now, there's also a flip side to it. Since I am in charge of the floor, I have to buy the agent of the month a gift. As long as I'm agent of the month, I don't have to spend money out of my own pocket. So if Victoria wins it, I got to buy Victoria something. Okay, so that's it's like a little funny thing, but it is true. I've been agent of the month for the past 3 months here, and I have not got myself one gift. And I'm doing it so I don't have to buy somebody a $400 vacuum. Okay, that's another motivational factor for me. But really, when you're kind of discovering, if you might be at that apex moment where you're saying, this is something, it's scary. It's a 1099 contract. I'm making commissions on my own. I'll try it for a week. If I don't like it, I'll stop. That is something that has never been ingrained in me. Oh, just let me try this and see how it works out. No, if you go in. It's how it is. If you're committing to something, you are committing everything you're doing. Brandon has something that's really good where he says, anyone that starts a new job, you really do have to dedicate the first 6 months of that job to it. You can tell your spouse, you can tell your kids, your friends, hey, look, I'm starting this new venture by myself. I am building my own business. I am building my own brand. These are my clients that I get to take with me wherever I go here. So I'm doing this for me. But in order to do this successfully, so in 3 or 4 years, we can go on trips, we can do whatever we want. I have to focus on this for 6 months. This has to be my main focus in order to get us where we want to be in 3 to 4 years. Not a lot of people can say that. That is what you need to view it as, because you are doing this for your own. In a meeting that we had with some of our agents here, we were talking about 1099 contracts, and I was like, look, guys, you don't understand. Your clients are your clients. If you come in this office and you work for 6 months here, you sit right beside me and we sell policies all day long. If your name is on that policy and you go to work remote, whatever it is, you carry that commission with you. You're still getting paid on it. Just by being here in an office and then going remote, you don't lose anything. That's still your clients. You're still getting a check every week. That's still your business. So what you need to do is you need to look into yourself, but look and say, can I make my own business? Because that's exactly what us insurance agents do every day. Now, in this case here, am I Jacob Crotty Insurance? No, I'm not. We're here with Medicare Gurus. That is the company that I work for. But in my head, when I am talking to these people, I am using everything that I have to show them, you're with Jacob now. You are a part of Jacob Crotty's business. You ain't going anywhere. And I ain't going anywhere either. I'm going to be here for you. So all of that, I can kind of pick and stew through the weird areas of my brain with just a lot of different motivational factors, but everybody's a little bit different. Money is a motivator. Fear is a motivator. What I would suggest for you is to look over the basic and the easy answers. Nothing is ever found just at the very top of the surface. You have to dig through it. There's that cheesy poster of, I remember I had a boss at one of the hockey teams. This was on his door. It's the cheesy poster of the iceberg. And I think Buckley knows what I'm talking about here, where at the very tip that's floating out of the water is like sales or success. And then there's the water line. And then below it is like this gigantic portion of the iceberg itself with words like motivation, sacrifice, work hours, studying, all the cheesy stuff that would be on a poster from Staples. But it really is like that, especially in this industry too. And what we do, a lot of the people, you're not going to be celebrated every time for your work. And some of these people don't know how much work you do. They really don't, behind applications, behind underwriting, behind finding everything out, behind doing the actual discovery, everything like that. A lot of them just think, yeah, you just asked me some questions and I answered no, and then you lowered my premium. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It goes so much further into that. So you have to see, okay, look, this is what I am having to put myself through to get to where I want to be. This is all the motivation that I have right here. Not only are we money and family and stability, everything like that, but really, what is your, not excuse, but what is your crutch? There is something that is primal to why you do something that you do. Like, take, for example, for me, I play video games, but I only play one specific type of video game, and that's just sports games. So I play NHL, MLB, and sometimes maybe play a little bit of Madden too. But there is only one mode in each of those that I play. I cannot play against a computer. It's too boring for me. I can't do it. I hate simulation. I play it so I can beat somebody else. That's why I play it. Because it's 1 versus 1, me versus you, wherever you are in the world. We are playing directly, and my actions will either constitute a win or constitute a loss. But it's that competition within me to go, I like doing this because I get to win and I get to beat somebody. Me and Frank and Steven and Victoria, we all love to win. Love to win. But we also hate to lose. That is something that we incredibly hate. That's a motivation factor for a lot of our agents here, where, it's a great interview question. A lot of people ask it, do you love to win or do you hate to lose? Well, everybody's going to say, I love to win. The real closers are the ones that hate to lose. Because from there, when you are in a situation where you do lose, and what you have to do is look back within yourself and say, where did I lose this? Why did I lose this? Why in this certain event am I not coming out victorious? And guess what? That will make you such a better agent. It really will. Because I can tell you, people on the floor right now, when something goes wrong or they get hung up on or they don't have callbacks, I can tell you the people that are going to be doing this as a career and the people who aren't going to be here anymore after AEP. And it's the people that say, look, somewhere in this, I made a mistake. I have to figure out why so I can learn from it, but I can do better. Somebody there, you fumble through an intro and you go, the person was rude. No, they weren't. Your intro just sucked. We had a whole conference one time, conference room full. We were going through things like that where they would pick up and they'd be like, I'm not interested, and then hang up. And then somebody would mark it to resolve. I go, why are we doing this? What's going on? They go, well, they hung up on me. And I go, well, maybe you sucked. Maybe you weren't good. Maybe that person was in a bad mood. You don't know. Have somebody else try it. It's perfectly fine. But the people that, when they use that as an excuse, oh, well, they hung up on me. Why? Why did they hang up on you? Why did they not get the ancillary product? Why did they not get the policy? In order to be truly, truly a great in this industry, you have to ask yourself that and be continuously learning. So for me here, from my dark side of the moon brain, my motivating factor, circle back, I want to have a legacy, and I want people to like me. That's something there that warms my heart. It makes me feel all fuzzy. It's different than, everybody needs money, everybody needs stability, everybody needs housing. Those are the basic ones. I challenge you to find something that is really, really at the root of why you do certain things, because it will change your perspective. It will. When you look at it and finally go, okay, if I can get this person to like me from the start, we're good to go. Here, I'm in my comfort zone. I can do whatever I want. But that is my challenge for all of you here this weekend. So for now, I am going to be wrapping it up and back out there. I still have 5 sales I have to make later today, and I'm already at 4 this morning. So like I said, top of the board, so I don't have to buy anybody else a gift. But as a reminder, thank you guys for watching. Number one, if you are an outside agent, do contact us. We are contracting outside agents right now. Yes, it is during AEP. Nobody contracts during AEP. Guess who does? We do, because we don't stop here. We are year-round, not only for Medicare products, we're year-round for agents, and we don't go anywhere. I made a joke on the phone, but it's actually kind of true. This is what I tell people, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, man, I hope you have a good weekend, hope you do something fun. And I go, I do this. And they go, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I'm here. I work. And they're like, you don't stop? I was like, for like a week in July. Other than that, no. Or I'll tell people, yeah, call me. I ain't got nothing else to do. And people were so thrown off. They go, what? And I go, yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm not going to focus or do anything else. I'm just talking to you here. I ain't got nothing else. I'm going to be here. I ain't got nothing else to do besides help you. So that is it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. If y'all have any questions, any topics, anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment and let us know. But I am ending on that. So thank you all. Have a great weekend and go sell something.